So this is a beautiful piece of Indian rosewood that is book matched perfectly. One will be the top piece and one will be the bottom, the cutaway side. I have thinned them down to 2.45, or just say 2.5 millimeters, and I'm going to laminate the sides. I've got two pieces of mahogany that I thinned down to 0.75, and I'll do two pieces of mahogany for the top and two pieces for the bottom for the inside laminate. So the total thickness will be 4 millimeters. This is the template that I use to trace out the outline, and I used a washer when I traced them. I used a washer and a pencil, so it actually just maybe a 1/4 of an inch higher than the template. It gives me a little room to work with when we're running it through the sanding dish and radius in the sides. Since I've never built a cutaway, I had to build a different bending jig, because when I built my original bending jig, it never crossed my mind to make this part right here, the actual mold, separate from the bending jig, so you can slide it out and put different body styles in there. My original bending jig is built for a dreadnought, and you cannot change it. So I threw this together real quick, and this is the part of the bending jig that will bend the cutaway. So I have spritzed the top with water. I'm going to wrap it like a Christmas present here in some tin foil. I've marked right here where the waist is. So that's right here. I'm going to use a Sharpie and put a mark there. And I also make an arrow just to make sure I don't forget that this is the flat side, or what will be the top of the guitar. So I place it correctly in the bending jig. Otherwise, you'll have a side that's upside down. You don't want that to happen. Now to the bending jig. I have the bending steel underneath, then I have the blanket, the wood, and then the second bending stainless steel. I try to keep everything pushed up to this side over here so it bends it straight. Use some clamps to make sure we get heat on the wood, on these parts down here where it's bent. I'm going to start by putting just a little bit of downward pressure here in the waist. Let the wood heat up a little bit. Well, I've attached this part to bend the cutaway. Here comes the moment of truth. So far, so good. And that is clamped down as tight as it will go. I think we did it. So I turned the blanket off after 10 minutes at 300 degrees, and it's cooled down, and I've let it set for about a little over an hour, close to an hour and a half. Now I'm gonna take it apart, unwrap it, and see what we have. Well, let's unwrap it and see. So now it's time to unwrap the Christmas present. Let's see what we have. My. That turned out pretty good. Well, it's a lovely afternoon here in the Fort Worth area. Perfect time for refreshments, cigar, reflect on the day, the time spent in the shop. What did I do? What could have done better? What will I need to do tomorrow? And I was nervous about the bending the cutaway. Turned out if you just follow good best practices, it's not a lot different than bending just a straight, just a normal bend on a dreadnought guitar. So there was no major issues, no cracks in the wood. Everything went well. So I'll drop a few videos as this build comes along. I'm not going to try to do a complete build, but we'll do some bits and pieces.